Today I'll be presenting the video presentation I've created for my English class, the writing seminar, on the history and invention of the microwave oven. The microwave. Everyone seems to have one, and for good reasons too. They are efficient, user-friendly, and cook your frozen foods very nicely. And if you put a fork in one, For some context, how does a microwave work? First of all, a device called a magnetron emits microwaves into the oven. The waves bounce off the metal interior and goes into your food. Because water is very good at absorbing microwaves, and your food probably has water in them, it excites the molecules in your food and therefore heats and cooks it. As mentioned before, microwaves bounce off metal, which is also why a fork will spark, since the microwave will just keep bouncing, ionizing the air, thus creating a strong electric field, thus causing the dielectric breakdown of the air around the fork. Before the invention of the first microwave, magnetrons actually already had some applications, like radars. The idea of cooking with electromagnetic waves wasn't completely considered impossible either. It just was thought to be very inefficient and never explored more than at an experiment at a science fair. The construction of the first microwave, therefore, was unsurprisingly not for cooking. James Lovelock, an English independent scientist, was on a mission to freeze and unfreeze hamsters. It was not to create a real-life Captain America, but to study the preservation of blood and body tissues. Basically, they would freeze the hamster in a specific way and heat it back up with a hot spoon or a laser. The success rates, however, were not great, as their heating methods usually burnt the hamsters to death in the process. James Lovelock, recognizing the problem, decided to use, you guessed it, a magnetron. He hypothesized that the magnetrons will avoid burning any tissues due to their satisfactory power of penetration. He got hold of a magnetron, stuck it into a chicken wire box, and tested it with a potato, which cooked perfectly. He brought his new microwave into the lab and actually made instant hamsters. Lovelock, however, didn't commercialize his microwave or develop it any further. Someone else had to do it instead. One day, Percy Spencer, a self-taught inventor, was testing some company radar magnetrons. It was almost lunch break. His eyes were tired from staring at the machine. He was hungry from standing. Luckily, he came prepared. He reached into his pocket for his chocolate bar, but his pocket was wet and strangely sticky. He got down to thinking and hypothesized that the magnetron had somehow melted his candy. To test his hypothesis, he brought a bag of orange kernels a few days later and placed them right next to the magnetron. He made popcorn, and it was quick too. He brought an egg later and it exploded in his face, but it worked. Quickly, he and his company began developing the first ever microwave. In 1947, the Radar range entered the market. It was 6 feet tall, weighed 750 pounds, and was extremely expensive. Of course, this product was a huge marketing failure. Only big restaurants would find this useful, and even if they did, half the time they'd be too poor to get it. Soon, cheaper and more compact models were being released to the public by many companies. By 1977, 9 out of 10 households in the US own a microwave oven, and today almost everyone has one. Anyways, that's the end of this presentation. Hopefully now the microwave is more significant to you, and the next time you use a microwave, you'll think that, hey, they used to put hamsters in these.